green. It is Dallas coming off the loss against Bryant just a week ago. The Big Green wearing their visiting green tops and bottoms. They've got white trim, white numbers. The Catamounts in their home white uniforms today. They've got the green letters and numbers and some gold trim. Back four for the Big Green: Alexi Uno, Panayotis Karayorgis, Sebastian Magnon, and Sam Fenton, four defenders listed. I'll be curious to see if that's exactly how they line up. Looks like Uno, one of the center backs, and some speed racing down the right from James Wilson, the right back. Wilson clips it early to the back post, but over everybody's head. Positive start now for the visitors as Dartmouth, again, after their first win of the season. The central midfielder is Sebastian Magnon, so listed as a defender, but he'll play in the midfield. And the center backs are Karayorgis with Uno. Wilson down the right. The forwards that you need to know for the Big Green are Vasilios Miras, a junior from Athens, Greece, and Trenton Blake, second team All-Ivy a year ago from Tallahassee. Chavez wrestling down the Catamount right side. Looks like Lobis will be the deeper of he and Zelafro. So Lobis with Marcos Blasco in the midfield for the Catamounts, and Zelafro will work in the attacking midfield as an option with Kissel. Here's Karayorgis to Uno. Uno, the French international, has started every game with Karayorgis at center back this season. And Nico Lobis steps on the ball and causes a turnover. Maxi Kissel tries to return it to Lobis. Still Lobis on the edge of the area. Finds Kissel. Can't get the shot away. Chavez steps on it in the penalty area. Some shouts for a penalty. Chavez back to his feet. Vasiliou unable to serve it. Settled by Blasco. Back out wide, Chavez. The Catamounts can't capitalize immediately on the turnover inside the Big Green defensive end. Vasiliou trying to skip down the right. Blasco delivers in Kissel's direction. Karayorgis gets it away. This Vermont attack scoring over 2 goals a game. They have tried to just tweak their style from their national championship squad last year. So often reliant on their defense during that stretch run, but UVM this year want to play a free-flowing, attacking style of football. Chavez chopped down and fouled. Set piece coming for the Green Catamount side, as opposed to the Big Green committing the foul. It's Sam Fenton, the left back, opposite fellow captain Wilson on the right. Nick Lockerman, often the dead ball specialist for the Catamounts, eyeing up this free kick. The left-footed German Lockerman with the Catamount center backs forward. Kissel's there, just wide of the post. Oh, it was begging for the touch. What a delivery from Lockerman, and Kissel, the vulture, feels like he should have scored. It's a free header, and he just whiffed on it, it looked like. Still growing into this role as a starter, Kissel, but he's been very productive over his collegiate career. Now a fourth-year college player, scored over 30 goals in his time at the University of Bridgeport. And Kissel's been equally productive for UVM. Peter Boltman on the ball to Vasiliou. Well, after the first moments of this game where the Big Green rampage down the right, it's been the Catamounts making inroads, and Kissel skips by the challenge, running to the end line, and it's bombed away from him. Alexi Uno came over to cover, but they are struggling to handle the pace and the tempo that Maxi Kissel plays with. It's Lockerman to the corner flag for UVM. Well, Kissel, 6 feet tall, not necessarily the biggest as far as aerial threats go on pure height. That would be Boltman and Ludwig Fuglis. Deep ball by Lockerman over the Swedish center back of Fuglis. But he tracks it down, looking to win the corner against Fenton. Instead, Fenton wins the goal kick. Fenton, the senior, returning starter from Mount Laurel, New Jersey. So Konstantinos Delis, sophomore from Greece, has made 6 saves this year. A year ago in his lone start, he had to handle the high-powered, explosive offense of the UMass Minutemen. And in that matchup, Delis allowed 5 goals but made 4 saves. UMass did that to a lot of teams. They are still the only collegiate team to get multiple goals past Nicholas Herseg. Herseg in his 2nd season as the Catamount starting keeper. This is the 22nd career start for Herseg in net for UVM. And again, he's allowed more than 1 goal just that lone time. Nico Lobis. Looks like he's been given the freedom to roam tonight. The talented freshman, an integral part to this Catamount team this season. Peter Bultman, the center back, steps into the midfield and draws a foul. Looked like he'd given the ball away, but instead, Magnon is whistled and the ball brought back. Munir Idmalik, tonight's referee, with Fabio Cardoso and Larry Bouchard, AR1 and AR2. Jeremiah Valeris, the 4th official. And another set piece for the Catamounts. Already threatening off of a corner and an early free kick taken. Lockerman's delivery punched away by Delis. You're seeing right now that the clock says 5 minutes. Just been told that the time is being kept on the fields tonight. Scoreboard malfunction here at beautiful Virtue Fields. The Catamounts preparing a long throw-in. Peter Bultman, the first-year starter at center back, is the deliverer. Intended for Blasco at the near posts. Bultman couldn't get much on it. Works out for Vasilios Miras. Miras, the creative force behind this big green attack. Blasco nearly handled it. Potentially got away with it. Kissel and Lobis working it forward again. Out to Marcel Pat. Finds Blasco, but it's ripped away from him in the midfield. That's Rafael Opong Owusu, sophomore, making his first start of the season. Started twice a year ago as a freshman in the midfield. So Opong Owusu is the pair with Magnon in the midfield for Dartmouth. The number 10 plays the number 10 in Miras. They've got Ben Bilden, first year, who made his first career start on Tuesday on the right wing. Everyone sitting just below Adair Baltinson, second team All-Ivy striker a year ago. Big body in Baltinson, 6'5" sophomore from Iceland. And then Trenton Blake is the left winger. 9 career assists for Blake. He was second team All-League last season. Blake and Miras, both of whom combined for 6 goals. Zelafro tried to whip it to Pap early. Cut out by Karayorgis. Bultman elevates. Blake able to flick it along. And now this is dangerous, running in behind Uglis. Herseg comes out, and it's a free kick given. Uglis tripping the man up on the run in behind. And it's a yellow card shown to Ludwig Uglis. Lockerman was back in the vicinity according to the referee. If Ludwig Uglis is the last man behind the ball here, this likely a red card. There you see Lockerman just barely even with the ball according to the referee. That was a great run from Trenton Blake, bypassing the Catamount center backs. Yellow card, though, to the young Swede for the Catamounts. And now Nicholas Herseg and company with work to do. It is Blake and Miras contemplating this set piece. 5 in the Catamount wall, organized by the big German keeper Herseg. It's Trenton Blake, a right-footed bender that Herseg denies. Rebound cut out by Lockerman, and now Chavez carrying away. Nicholas Herseg, the big left hand. Chavez keeps his balance, finds Lobis, and the Catamounts fending off the early threat. Well, that's Nicholas Herseg, the elite shot stopper. And Boltonson now draws the foul with Boltman over. Back in play from Wilson in the big green after the Herseg stop. Dellis rolls it to the center back pairing of Kari Orgis and Uno. Well, Alexi Uno, first year starter. Started a good bit as a freshman actually when he made 11 starts, but just twice a starter a year ago as a sophomore. Has now started all 3 games in his junior campaign. That's a good ball over the top, but the flag has gone up on the big green. Half volley taken out of the air by Miris. And Herseg with the playful swat to knock it away. But offsides against Dartmouth. They are trying to play the ball in behind to Blake and Miris, the 2 speedsters. In possession, it looks like a back 3 for UVM with Lockerman joining Iuglis and Boltman. And Lockerman trying to wedge Kissel in behind the defense. Uno over to cover it. Looks like Lockerman to take this throw, so no long throw from Boltman on this occasion. Marcel Papp, first chance we've really gotten to mention his name, drops it back to Lockerman, whose centering pass was cut out rather easily. Vasiliu does well to deal with Miris. Well, there you see the danger, though, of the big green. They have been ready to play quickly on the counter. That's awkward for Wilson, but Lockerman, Marcel Papp clips it for Blasco, returns it for Papp. Papp a curler to the back post, and Dellis was backpedaling, looked like it was wide of the target anyways. But Konstantinos Dellis makes the catch, even with a bit of a stumble. And it's a big task tonight for Dellis. A Catamount attacking unit that at home this season have scored 9 goals in 3 games. And this is played wide for Blake. Again, it is Dartmouth dangerous. They are targeting Ador Boltonson, the big striker. Boltman's clearance off of the striker Boltonson, and it works out for Blake. Tries to wrap his right foot around it. Tough technique and tough to beat Nicholas Herseg from distance. Such a storyline around this Vermont team this season. How does the defense in front of Herseg perform? Lost the star central midfielder in Adrian Schultz-Solano and all 4 of their starters from the back 4 of last year's national title winning squad. Zelafro, a good flick to find Chavez. Chavez couldn't keep his feet. He got tackled off of it by Opong Hawusu. James Wilson. Dellis away from Kissel. Good battle in the midfield, won by Lockerman. Ryan Zelafro on the half turn. Lays it off for Chavez. Chavez surrounded. Back to Blasco. Slings it wide. Vasiliu crosses a deep ball that Lobis leaves for Papp. Lobis tried to dummy it along, but it's collected and swept forward by Bilden. Fuglis comes across. That's going to be a fun matchup between Boltonson and Iuglis. 2 big, strong youngsters who seem to thrive when they're playing a physical type of style. Wilson on the right side of this back 4 with Fenton down the left. Wilson's throwing. Taken by Bilden. There you see Iuglis wrestling. Baltinson flicks it along. Here's Miras. Blasco wins the ball, and Lobis made sure he would go no further. That's beautifully done. Lobis clips it to Zelafro. And Zelafro pings it beautifully. Vasiliou, a bit of a heavy touch, runs it down, and it's a corner earned by the Greek international Vasiliou. Well, a big early chance for the Catamounts came off of a Nick Lockerman set piece. Dartmouth have countered effectively and nearly scored off of a free kick of their own. But a big save from Herseg has kept this game scoreless. Now Konstantinos Delis is the keeper who's threatened. Lock him into the corner flag. High arcing delivery from Lockerman. Blasco heads it back across. Popped up in the air by Kissel. Out as far as Zelafro, who is unable to corkscrew it on target.
Join Cat Pride, the new engagement program supporting Vermont men's soccer. Get perks, insider news, and unique experiences while helping the Catamounts compete at the highest level. Don't miss the lunch event at Halverson, September 14th from 4 to 6. Get your tickets at ubmathletics.com.
Kariorgis, again, intending to play it long. Blasco had it in the midfield, can't find a teammate. Big green throw in. Fenton at his left back spot. Miras tangling. Opongawusu. Into traffic where Blasco slides it for Chavez. About one good chance for both of these teams. And the Catamounts ranked 13th in the nation. Unbeaten in their last 14 home matches. 16 home matches, I should say. Iuglis goes to ground with Baltinson pressuring. Boltman to Lobis. In that 16-game stretch, Vermont 12-0-4. They have made Virtue Field a gauntlet. Kissel unable to find Pap. It works out for the Spaniard Blasco. And the seemingly tireless Lobis. Wilson's clearance ricochets off the striker Kissel. Blasco looking to distribute. He spotted Lockerman's run. Lockerman stepping in on Wilson. That's well defended by the right back. James Wilson, a senior from Toronto. This is his 24th career start for the Big Green. Just the one change for Dartmouth from their matchup against Bryant on Tuesday, and it is Rafael Opongawusu into the midfield. Iuglis. Herseg. And Boltman. The Catamounts at the start of the year expected Rui Auki to be One of their go-to center backs. He's now missed the last 3 games due to a lower body injury. That's why Douglas has stepped into the starting 11 alongside Boltman. Boltman, the man who was patient over his Catamount career the first few years, sitting behind the likes of Zach Barrett, last year Max Murray, and other talented center backs that were in front of Boltman in the pecking order, but now getting his chance to shine. Has started every match for Rob Dow and the Catamount coaching staff. Fenton, Pongawusu, Uno. Again, Kissel showing his speed, tracks and wins it down. Now it's Uno defending against Kissel. Zelafro couldn't direct it to Pat. It takes a ricochet for a Catamount throw-in. I can tell you the clock that you're seeing once again is accurate. So after a bit of an earlier malfunction, they've gotten it back on point, both on the field and on the scoreboard. Off of Wilson last. Lobis out of options, dumps it to Dellis. Pongawusu nearly gives it away, but able to find Wilson. Alexi Uno. He's given it away a couple of times back there to Kissel. This time makes the safe pass to Dellis. And Karayorgis. Owusu. Magnon. Decent possession here from the Big Green. Karayorgis. Again, there are the numbers forward for the Big Green. They want to play that ball over the top. Boltman. He's got the freedom to carry it. Lobis wants the big switch. Wilson wise to it. Pap touches it along. Kissel tries to return it to him, and a bit heavy on that touch. And offsides, actually the decision, I believe, on Kissel. Douglas wins that duel with Boltonson. That is going to be a battle tonight where they will remember each other. Wilson launches down the line. And Douglas wins the Catamount throw-in. Vasiliu. Here's Lobis in some space. Lockerman looks to thread the needle, works out for Kissel. Here's Ryan Zelafro inside the penalty area. Zelafro just wide of the net. It's a goal kick. Oh, it's a great look from UVM, and Kissel finds Zelafro in the attacking midfield. Zelafro trying to chip it over Konstantinos Dallas, couldn't hit the frame. So Dallas to put it back in play. The sophomore keeper has not seen a shot on target tonight. Vermont has taken 3. 1 save for Herseg. Magnon. They are just looking for Miras every chance they get. Vasiliu gets it away. Throw into the big green. Looks like a long throw-in coming now for the visitors. They've got James Wilson, the right back, headed all the way on the diagonal across the field. Any chance on a set piece against a stingy Catamount defense. Feels like teams try to take advantage. That's Boltman's header. Kissel gets a piece. That's a volley from distance. What a hit. What a goal. Dartmouth leads. It's Trenton Blake. Oh, but there's an offsides flag that's gone. Dartmouth now looking to the corner where the referee has spotted a big green player in an offside position. It's a long throw-in, so no offsides on that play, but was there somebody in front of Nicholas Herseg screening the keeper from an offside spot? That is the discussion currently with assistant Larry Bouchard and Munir Idmalik. It is a clean hit from outside the penalty area, and what a strike it is. If it stands, it's Trenton Blake's first of the year. A long conversation now between the referee and one of his assistants. And now Jay Valerius, the 4th official, is going to join the fray. It's a good goal. Dartmouth in front. Their second goal of the season is a screamer from Trenton Blake. And the Catamount coaching staff, the brain trust of Rob Dow, Brad Cole, Rory Toomey, Owen Jack, Eric Bissell, now deep in thought. They've had some good chances in this one, but a wonderful Dartmouth strike. And the 13th ranked team in the country trailing early. Kissel gets a flick here, and it's taken out of the air by Dellis. Nearing the half-hour mark. Well, the Catamounts trailing for just the second time in 6 games. They allowed a first-half goal against Georgetown before coming back to earn a 1-1 result on the road. First time that the Catamounts have trailed at home this season. Changes coming for the Catamounts at their next chance. James Wilson on the throw. It was his long throw-in that brought about the scoring chance. I have to say, it was not much of a chance for Trenton Blake, but he took it beautifully. What technique it was to keep it low on the volley and the power to beat Herseg. Lockerman launches it towards Kissel. Good header away by Uno. Lobis beats Owusu to it. And Blasco returns it to Vasiliu. Chavez. Boltman. And Lobis again wandering, has found a wide area. Twirls it in Kissel's direction. Away by Fenton at the near posts. Iuglis. Lockerman. Zelafro checks to it. Finds Blasco. The Catamounts working this smoothly since surrendering the opener. Vasiliu, another early delivery. This time Owusu at the near post greets it. Well, this will be a fascinating matchup tonight as Boltonson called for the shove on Boltman. They both leapt in the air after it. And Boltman, the Catamounts can ill afford to lose another center back. Already down Rui Aoki, Carl Daly, Niels Hartman, not dressed tonight, has the capability of playing center back. 3 Vermont changes, Connor Thompson, Thaddeus LaCory, and Jeremy Sang. 3 midfielders all enter. Thompson will work in the midfield centrally with Zelafro.
Number 31, Jeremy Sang, replacing number 2, Gabriel Chavez, and entering the game, number 11, Thaddeus LaCory, replacing number 16, Nico.
Dead ball taken quickly by the Catamounts. Fenton scoops it into the air, and Zelafro fouled. Sebastian Magnon draws him down. Well, that's what Ryan Zelafro is so skillful at. He's so creative with how he positions his body and has great balance. Just felt a bit of a shrug and a bit of a tug, did Zelafro, and then in a James Harden-esque fashion finds a way to draw the foul. Means it's a good chance for Nick Lockerman. Konstantinos Delis organizes the wall. Lockerman, a goal and an assist on the year. With his special left foot. What a goal to answer! Nick Lockerman strikes back! (1-1). They are exchanging first half stunners. Lockerman, electric, up and over the wall. And a nonchalant celebration from the junior captain. His second goal of the season is a special one. Well, what an opening 30 minutes with 2 stunning goals. Trenton Blake's volley, Nick Lockerman's set piece. And this sellout crowd in Burlington treated to what has been a dandy. Sang, the dangerous challenge flying through the air. And a yellow card shown to Jeremy Sang. Second Catamount that's now been booked along with Iuglis.
A yellow card has been issued to Vermont number 31, Jeremy Sang.
They're actually going to require treatment for the injured Big Green player. I believe it's Alexi Uno. Molly Przbaki, the Big Green athletic trainer, out to treat the French center back. Well, if you're just joining us, maybe take a quick second and rewind to watch 2 spectacular goals. It is Uno's back on his feet. And he's going to be forced, I think, to exit briefly after receiving treatment. Maybe not. The Big Green can make 2 changes, it looks like, and they are in the attacking portion of the field. Vasilios Miras and the striker Ader Boltonson. The 2 to give way. Douglas Arvahar, junior forward, who's appeared off the bench now in all 3 games, enters at striker.
Coming in for Dartmouth is number 8, Ollie Spicer, replacing number 19, Ader Boltonson, and entering for the Big Green.
First-year Ollie Spicer makes his career debut as well for the Green.
As he replaces number 10.
Blasco shields Blake on his angled run. Thompson to Vasiliou. Boltman. And again, Thompson. Can't connect with LaCory. Owusu. Magnon. Big challenge from Blasco. And the big green throw in through Fenton. Now Dartmouth coming off the shutout defeat to the powerful Bryant Bulldog defense. A Bryant's team that are now ranked 17th in the country in the most recent coaches poll. Herseg claims that carom. Uno dealt with that well, with Kissel so often the danger man, and plays like this over the top. Lockerman flying in, it's off of Magnon. LaCory ushers it wide. Sang heads down the line, Thompson chasing. Magnon off the Lockerman throw. Blasco sticks his shoulder in and commits the foul. In a wrestling match ensuing after the play between the 6'5" forward Arvahar and the fiery Spaniard Blasco. Already a couple of catamounts have gone in the book tonight. Ben Bilden. Sang gets in the way of Wilson down the line. Kissel gets a piece away from Owusu. And he swept it wide for Vasiliou. The catamounts in a semi-break. Vasiliou to LaCory. Blasco and Boltman. The big green do get numbers back behind the ball. Again, Thaddeus LaCory. At the back post, Wilson deals with it. Out as far as Blasco. Blasco gets back and tackles it away, but here goes Arvahar. LaCory now in the match at that right wing spot for the Catamounts. Has won the free kick. Lockerman again sending Kissel against Uno. The header backwards dangerous, and it is a good pounce from Dellis. Kissel so often the poacher, ready to pounce. Karayorgis, his turn to look over the top. In Bilden's vicinity, and Lockerman went shoulder to shoulder, and it's the goal scorer, Lockerman. Has been very bright for the Catamounts so far. Thompson, Sang. That's a beautiful ball into the midfield for LaCory. And Thaddeus LaCory charging, lays it off for Thompson. Thompson goes to ground. He's offsides. The flag has gone up first. Thompson wrestled to the ground inside the penalty area. Just a half step early. The feet then got tangled with Alexi Uno. A devastatingly quick break for the Catamounts. They were unable to strike on that one. And now they will change. Omar Rabana into the game for the goal scorer, Lockerman. Philip Kuhn comes in at striker. He's on for Kissel. Andrew Miller enters in the midfield. And entering it forward, and his debut is Bruno Imaranakwe. Imaranakwe, a first-year, 6'2" forward from Boom, Belgium.
Number 26, Bruno Imaranakwe, replacing number 10, Nick
Arvahar into the book now after he and Ludwig Afuglis in the most recent battle. First booking of the year for Arvahar. Those are two big Swedes, Uglis and Arvahar. And both have now gone in the book in the early minutes. 35 minutes in some change. Boltman with Andrew Miller getting a touch. Imaranakwe. Spicer sends Arvahar on the chase. Boltman will beat him. Omar Robata, the smooth and silky left back. Sang trying to guide it through for Imaranakwe. Uno back into the midfield. Thompson, Miller, and Robana. Iuglis sweeps it to Boltman. Boltman has really quarterbacked this attack at times this fall. A talented passer. Sang looks to beat his man. It's out off of Wilson. Philip Kuhn picking up space below the back line off the throw-in. And a goal kick out last off of Sang, international from Hong Kong.
Catamount fans, Vermont Field Hockey Rally Around Mental Health Game presented by Redstone is set for Friday, September 12th at 2 p.m. against Michigan State at Alton Winter Field. See you there.
A goal apiece between Vermont and Dartmouth. The Catamounts looking to extend their 15-game unbeaten streak, building towards 2 years without a home loss. As it stands, it's been a year and 10-plus months. Boltman calmly back to Herseg, who returns it to the redshirt junior. Miller checking onto the ball, took a heavy touch. Thompson's got it. Carvajal took a bump. Miller able to unload it for Thompson. Uses the outside of his foot. Robana and Philip Kuhn. A strong and physical forward. Touched it last. It's Alexi Uno there to challenge and winning the goal kick.
Saturday, September 13th at 6 p.m. as they take on Akron for their Rally Around Mental Health Game presented by Redstone.
Kuhn has been very productive in just his third appearance now, but already a goal and an assist. The youngster from Berlin, Germany, expected to be a real asset along with Kissel in the Catamount attacking portion of the field this year. Miller to Robana. When possession, it's, again, a back three for UVM, with Vasiliu getting forward from his right back spot. Robana, a bit loose from Kuhn, shields it from Magnon. Wilson beats it away. Boltman, Vasiliu, the Catamounts looking for the go-ahead. They've already reeled the Big Green back in after trailing by an early goal. Thompson's flick over the top. Cut away by Spicer. Actually, that was Blake, pardon me. Kuhn. Fuglis. Robana. Bilden shrugs off Iuglis. Drives it to the back post, but patiently waiting Herseg. And the big German, a very willing distributor. Let out LaCory and Miller, some of the fresh Catamount reserves. Kuhn joining in on the action. Kariurgis got it away, but Vasiliu flicks it along. Imar Nakwe, first touch to Kuhn. Vasiliu returns it Kuhn. Kuhn striding along. LaCory on the turn. It's Vasiliu. Thought about serving it. Now finds Imar Nakwe. Excited to see what he can bring. LaCory a looping ball. Kuhn gets the header, and it'll be a save for Dellis. Second stop on his afternoon. Iuglis battling against Arvahar. Ali Spicer dragging it wide. Ousu, Fenton. Kariurgis to his partner Uno. Uno clips it along, and this is a well-weighted ball towards Wilson. Robana glides over and covers. This will lead for a long Wilson throw. They were able to capitalize off one of these throws. The recycled ball to the edge of the area, smashed into the back of the net by Trenton Blake. Wilson will rear back once more, nearing the final moments of this opening half. Sang. Imar Nakwe fighting with Uno. And the duo of Uno and Kariurgis did just enough against the Belgian forward. And the Big Green have another throw deep in their attacking ends. Great crowd on hand tonight, expecting 2,000 plus once again. We'll sell out, a lovely evening from a weather perspective. Looking like more and more students are making their way to Virtue Field as well. Again, Wilson the heave. Gets a decent flick, and Miller throws a shoulder in. It's a goal kick. Touched last by Blake.
Students, are you looking for a hands-on experience in sports? Apply for an internship with UVM Athletics Event Operations and Scheduling. Visit uvmathletics.com for more information.
Robana and the Catamounts searching for the go-ahead late in the half. Imar Nakwe looking for Kuhn, taken away by Uno. Herseg wants it on the party. Cooley for Iuglis. And Ludwig thumps it across the field to Vasiliu. LaCory's making a neat run behind. Thaddeus LaCory stops on a dime. Vasiliu clips it in. Kuhn gets a piece of it trying to shield. Magnon can't get it away, and a foul is called. Jeremy Sang is whistled. Into the final 30 seconds or so. Uncontested win for Sang. Magnon plays it over the top. The bomb forward from Herseg. Sang heads it wide. 15 seconds to go for LaCory. LaCory drives it in early. Imar Nakwe taken away by Uno. Big header there from the French center back. And into the final 5 seconds. Kuhn's flick, headed away by Karagiorgis. Trenton Blake opened the scoring, answered by that man, Nick Lockerman, off the set piece. Two beauties in the opening 45. Vermont and Dartmouth level. More good goals to come perhaps as the Catamounts look to stay unbeaten. Dartmouth on the search for an upset from Virtue Fields. On that diving save attempt, and he's actually left the game, so a change in net for the Big Green. TJ Jeffries, first year from Naples, Florida, makes his collegiate debut. First ever appearance for Jeffries, and it's a big task against the reigning national champions with 45 minutes still to play. Couple of changes for both teams. Nick Lockerman returning along the back four with Iuglis and Boltman. Toby Grant, the right back, comes in to play for Vasiliu. It is Blasco and Thompson in the midfield for the Catamounts. They've got Sang and LaCory with Bruno Imaranakwe and Max Kissel. And it's a quick flick from Kissel. Uno heads it backwards. Imaranakwe is wrestling, but it is TJ Jeffries' first touch of the ball. So Jeffries comes in for Dellis. I wonder if that had anything to do with his collision off of the posts in that opening half on the Lockerman set piece. Almost looks like a 4-4-2 now for the Catamounts. Imaranakwe working side by side with Kissel to open this half. Lockerman shielding for the Catamounts deep in the defensive end, and he's won a throw-in. He wanted a foul call, it looks like, as he was shielding it from the first-year Ben Bilden. And he has actually won a set piece, so it's a dead ball restart for Lockerman. The Catamounts have come from behind to tie this game at 1 after Trenton Blake's first half spectacular half volley. It gave Dartmouth the lead eventually. Owusu has done well in the midfield. Miras glides it through, and here's Trenton Blake, the goal scorer. Blake drops it back. Blasco comes in and challenges Miras for the ball. Imaranakwe comes away with it, and he's guided it out for LaCory. Nicely done for Thompson. Thompson sends it wide for Sang. LaCory has continued his run. Sang cuts inside instead, and he feeds Thompson. This is a neat move from the Catamounts. Now LaCory wants his right foot and wants to deliver it. Couldn't quite get the swerve on it with Grant and Imaranakwe at the back posts. And Blasco called for the foul as he dragged Vasilios Miras back to the grounds. No change in the back four for the visitors. It's their captains, Wilson and Fenton, on either side of Uno and Karagiorgis. Karagiorgis pushes it forward. It's off the Icelandic sophomore Baldenson. The Catamounts pick it up with Sang, and again they're looking to feed Kissel and his speed in behind. Kissel going on the attack, pushes it wide, well defended by Karagiorgis. Physical work against Kissel, who is quick but strong as well. Handball off the arm of Blake. He says that hit his shoulder. Referee Munir Idmalik just trying to cool the temperature of this match. Two long-standing foes meeting for the first time in 2 years. Both desperate to pick up the win tonight. Imar Nakwe on the turn. Play continues, no foul. The referee said he was looking for it. Boltman gets the header on the Blake ball for Boltonson. And Toby Grant's first touch of the evening to Blasco. Asking a lot of Lockerman. The German captain happily gets there and one times it towards Sang. Uno angles across, intercepting. His clearance out as far as Thompson. Blasco, Lockerman, neat one-touch passing from the Catamount midfield. Bruno Imaranakwe seeing more of the ball here in the second half. And Blasco into space for Grant. Grant drives it deep. Jeffries was just moving over. Sang pinches it across. Imaranakwe has that blocked. Jeffries out-leaps Likori for it. Good ball here from Grant to the back post, just over Kissel. And Sang, a nice recycled ball. Imaranakwe got some power to it, but it's Uno who stood in the way. Back in play and turned over by the Big Green. Sang flicks it. Imaranakwe on his left has a hit. Now Kissel, he goes to ground, and it's a free kick for the Catamounts. Well, just a bit of a tweak for UVM with Kissel and Imaranakwe as a dual striker setup. They've generated some quick chances. This time it's Imaranakwe taking the left-footed try, and Kissel cut down by the center back. Does Nick Lockerman have another free kick strike in his locker? No pun intended. He scored a wonderful free kick first half goal from the other side of the 18-yard box. In tight here, TJ Jeffries in his debut in net for the Big Green. Here goes Lockerman. Deflects just wide. Took a big ricochet off the wall, and it took a chaotic carom.
Taking the corner for your Catamounts, number 10.
The wall does its job. And Jeffries exhaling a bit. Corner here for Lockerman. The back post delivery, Boltman's there. Wilson was rising with him, and it took a touch off the outside back. Another UVM corner. This will be their fourth of the day.
Number 10, Nick Lockerman.
Outswinger this time from Lockerman. Iuglis in a sea of bodies, elevated. Thompson tracks it down. Likori rolls it back to Thompson. And Jeffries claims the high archer. Jeffries puts it back in play. You could hear the Dartmouth bench employing their keeper to play it long, nearly given away. Thompson on the press against Owusu. And Blasco the strong header, reeled in by Imaranakwe. Coming to life in this second half of his debut, and he's got a nutmeg. Imaranakwe finds Connor Thompson, returns it. Imaranakwe goes to ground, loose in the penalty area, eventually clipped away. And Blake has spotted Boltonson. Here goes Ader Boltonson in towards Herseg. Boltonson drags it wide. He cuts it back and scores! What a counter from the Big Green! Lightning quick, they lead it. Boltonson picked it up just across midfield. And he touches it wide around Herseg and just clips it back in front of Boltman. Dartmouth in front again, and here we go. The reigning national champs are on the ropes. It will now come down to the Catamount attack. A unit that have been close to inevitable on the season, and they had all the rhythm to begin this second half.
First of the season, scored by number 19, Igor Baltinson.
Fenton with some tight footwork. Iuglis surrenders the throw into the big green. Well, the Catamounts, without some of their veterans, no Ismail, Auki, or Hartman tonight, trailing by a goal. First time this year they've allowed more than a goal. That's only the second time in Nicholas Herseg's career these had allowed a two-goal performance. Again, Imaranakwe looks to feed Kissel. Magnon. Looking over the top for the most recent goal scorer, Baltinson, but it's Bultman to Herseg. Lockerman and company. The Catamounts now chasing this match. It's a big week for UVM. This is the second of 4 games in this 4-game homestand. Number 3 in the country, Akron awaits on Saturday. I think you nail it forward to drop this one against the Big Green. A team that did bring back a big group of returners from a year ago, returning 7 starters. Jeffries is on the move, and he's beaten Kissel to it. Good goalkeeping there from TJ Jeffries, the youngster. Imaranakwe tried to direct it to Kissel. Sang takes Jeffries' ball out of the air, prods it along for Thompson. Owusu back into the midfield where Blasco's waiting, but he's giving it away to Bilden. Trying to find the big fella, Baltinson, over the top. Blasco, his turn to play it forward for the Catamounts. Uno making a rampaging run. Here's Magnon. Rafael Opongawusu. Blake has the runner outside him. That's Fenton. Blake plays it back to Owusu. Lockerman wins the throw deep in his defensive end. Owusu plays Kariorgis all the way back to Jeffries. And Licorian, plenty of space. Good find from Blasco. Kissel waiting in the middle, driven to the back post. Kissel forced a crazy Jeffries stop. Oh, the flag had gone anyways. What an attempt from Kissel. He was offsides. It would not have counted. TJ Jeffries. He's not going to get credit for the save, but what a reaction it is. Flicking it up and over the crossbar on Kissel's goalward bound try. And the Catamounts continue to threaten, but they've given up the go-ahead. Magnon won it from Thompson. It's Owusu looking for Baltinson. Big toe from Bultman. And then Grant steps in. Another big green throw in. Bilden thought he was fouled by Bultman. Kariorgis wins that header. Sang flicks it towards Kissel. Maximilian Kissel going in a 1 versus 2. The center back partnership of Uno and Kariorgis gets it covered. But they put Jeffries under pressure, and he did well to get it away from Kissel. It's a UVM throw-in. The home Catamount crowd trying to urge on the reigning national champs. Lockerman on the throw. Blasco, Ioglis. That's coolly done against Baltonson to Lockerman. LaCory. Again, the Catamounts have enjoyed more of the ball. LaCory thought about the drive from distance. Hesitated and loses out. One back by Grant. Lockerman's begging for it out wide, and initially he got it. And then Lockerman tries to drive one to the back post. Jeffrey lets it roll. So often last season, these Catamounts, when they were in spots where they had to come from behind, could rely on Yaniv Bazzini, Max Murray, Sidney Wathuda. It is a new group of Catamounts in many portions of the field. They're off to a good start this year, 3 wins, 2 draws in 5 matches, but just a group of players that haven't played a ton of competitive soccer together yet. Taken by Miras out of the air. He's teeing this up, and Miras, a crack from distance. Never really threatened Herseg, always rising. Well, it's the Catamounts back on the ball. Ioglis into the feet of Boltman. Blasco. Ioglis, LaCory's dropping deep to get a touch. How about that touch from Grant? And Imara Nakwe is on the move. Bruno Imara Nakwe dragging it forward, and it runs away from him. And Jeffries just takes his time covering it. Kariorgis looking long. Baltonson won the ball, and it's kept in play, but it had gone out of play. Look at Baltonson. Blocked that long ball from Blasco. Oh, and it's given away by Bolton. Bolton sends it again. He's got another. 3-1, Big Green. Enter Boltonson takes advantage of a Catamount mistake. Boltman gets caught in between and gives it away to the big man. And Dartmouth have stunned this crowd. Baltonson is second in the second half. And this off a Catamount miscue. Well, as Dartmouth celebrated, it was Boltman head in his hands. Quickly, Nick Lockerman was right in his face, telling him he needed to find a way to flush that play, but it is Dartmouth, with Boltman and the inexperience of the UVM back group against the run of play, have taken advantage. Well, it's felt as if the Catamounts were the likelier for stages of the second half, but twice now. Ader Baltinson. Boltman. Taken out of the air by Wilson. Lockerman's on the move. This is Sang. Back to the captain, Lockerman. Returns it to Jeremy Sang. Sang prods it along, and there's Jeffries on the ball. Well, now it's the Catamounts that will be searching a way to get this back to level. Just under a half hour remaining and plenty of attacking prowess throughout this UVM team. And with a first year in net in Jeffries. Kissel will chase. Jeffries, a low clearance that skids out as far as Grant. Thompson runs over and plays the ball. And it's a free kick for the Catamounts. The spare leg of Owusu just dangled and caught Thompson. A chance for Lockerman to deliver. He continues to be in the ear of Boltman. Boltman, a real aerial threat for the Catamounts. Lockerman looking to clip one to the back post. He's wedged it in that direction, but didn't get enough on it. Uno got the header. And Blasco picks up a yellow card for his foul against Vasilios Miros. Actually, it was Baltinson that he caught. The Catamounts are about to make a wide array of changes.
A yellow card has been assessed to Vermont number 14, Marcos Blasco.
The senior midfielder Magnon to deliver. Punched away at the back post by Lockerman, and he got fouled in the process. Herseg able to make the clean catch, but the shot would not have counted. Ioglis quickly back in play to Lockerman. Looking for Sang, playing Imaranakwe. Five Catamount changes upcoming. Sang finds Imaranakwe. Another neat nutmeg. And he took Magnon down to the ground trying to win it back. And here come the Catamount contingent. Boltman exits center back. Looks like Robana will relieve him. Vasiliu's into the game, right back for Grant. Nico Lobis returns in the midfield for Blasco. Philip Coons up top along with Kissel for Imaranakwe. Licori moves to the left side of the midfield. Zelafro will work down the right. Jeremy Sang gives way. So Iuglis now with Robana. Two first-year center backs for the Catamounts. Thompson. Still the Catamounts playing with two forwards. It's now Kuhn alongside Kissel and Zelafro to the German Kuhn. He's got Vasiliu overlapping. And he put too much weight on the pass down the line. Vasiliu is trying to hold his run. In danger of wandering off sides. First-year goalie Jeffries. Out to Blake. Bypasses Zelafro. Took a deflection off Vasiliou and allowed to roll by Miras. Sam Fenton on the throw. So the man of the match right now, Baltonson. Vasiliou into Robana. Lockerman. Too much on it for Lobis. Lobis ends up with it anyways. Bumped and fouled by Magnon. LaCory. Kuhn. And now Lobis. Flicks it along for Thompson. Tried to guide it in behind where Zelafro was arriving. Thompson's won it back. Lobis can't keep it. Oponga Wusu. Room in front. And Blake just out hustles Vasiliou for it. Trenton Blake down the line against Ioglis. And it takes a deflection for a corner. The big green bench loving it. The speed here from Blake. It was his goal to open the scoring tonight. Forced wide by Uglis and a decent block. And clock stopped here with Blake struggling, I would imagine, due to cramping at this stage. So Blake off the field for a moment, but a corner for Miras to deliver. First of the night. Back post ball. Lobis out of the pile. Vasiliou. And now Robana. LaCory's found a pocket. Eventually wide where Lockerman's waiting. A near post delivery. Out to Thompson. And Thompson took a swing. And he clattered into Oponga Wusu. And he's given a yellow card. Big collision of bodies. Jeffries, the long ball over the top. Blake looking for Baltonson. Vasiliou gets in the way, and Vasiliou now goes to ground. Oh, that was an immediate grab of the hamstring for Vasiliou. He had just returned to the action. He's frustrated, and you worry that this could be a type of injury that will end the night for Ioannis Vasiliou. And a Tremel Catamount athletic trainer on to deal with it. Yeah, Vasiliou frustrated, and there's Rob Dow calling on one of his captains, Andrew Miller. So Miller comes in. He'll play right back. A spot he's spent some limited time over the Catamount career. This is the 50th career appearance for Andrew Miller in the green and golds. Lobis to Lockerman. Maxi Kissel has a run away from him. It's clattered away and well angled. Robana tracking it all the way down the field, and in fact it stayed in play. Good clearance there by Alexi Uno. Lobis really dictating the tempo now. Spins it wide. Miller a heavy touch angling centrally. LaCorey tries to shield it. Zelafro in a tight area, pinched off it. Uno working backwards. Zelafro the block, leaves it for Philip Kuhn. And now Kuhn in the penalty area, earns a corner. The press from Zelafro and company. Lockerman's hustling over as the Catamounts are in full chase mode. Near post delivery. Away there by Magnon. Kissel slips on the Lobis throw-in. Thompson scoops it up. Zelafro now on it. Kept in play by Zelafro for Lobis. Back to the sophomore Zelafro. That's a deep post delivery. Philip Kuhn is there. And it's Miller who gets the defensive intervention. Or Wilson, I mean to say, sorry. And another Catamount corner now. It's Lockerman again. A goal now, and it would be a firm game-on situation. Falls for Thompson at the back post through traffic. Flicked around, and it's swatted away from Kissel. What a chance it was for the Catamounts. Thompson hit it low back across the face of goal and just didn't get the touch it needed. But Zelafro and company turning the screw. The 5 UVM changes making an impact. Fenton punches it up the line. Again, there's Zelafro on it. The Catamounts building momentum down this right side. Again, Zelafro whips it in, slotted along, and pinched away from LaCorey. It's off of the Catamount midfielder last. Well, again, the Catamounts threatening, but no breakthrough. TJ Jeffries and company holding strong. Well, Vermont has taken 12 shots tonight. They've only hit the target with 3 of them. Baltonson gets the flick, and it's an important one. Trenton Blake is speedy. Cuts it back on Miller. Blake unable to find the swerve. You could see the idea. He was tucking it towards that corner. Back in play with Robana. Uglis can't get much on that one. Miller toes it along, and Kuhn wins the throw-in. Miller couldn't tightrope the sideline. Big green throw-in. The left back Fenton. Zelafro has lobbed it out nicely for LaCorey, and Kuhn rampaging down the line. Stopped by the powerful Fenton, but LaCorey and Zelafro not on the same page. And Blake bundled over by Thaddeus LaCorey. Kariorgis off the set piece. Baltinson, who has just been all over the ball in the air. Again, Blake on a tee. Big block by Afuglis. The Catamounts clear it to Zelafro. Kuhn unable to hold it up against Oponga Wusu. And Baltinson again on the move. Miller comes across. Iuglis out to Kuhn. This time Fenton collects it for the big green. And Lobus unable to save it. We're into the final 15 minutes or so now. Well, the big green inching towards a huge road win. It would be their first of the year. It would end Vermont's. Thompson able to work it to Zelafro. Off Oponga Wusu. Miller pumps it into the air. Rabana. Lockerman. Lobus. It's a Vermont throw. The big green are trying to change. The clock has stopped. And now they will motion on the newcomer. Let's change it forward. This is junior Will Lolka.
Coming in for Dartmouth is number 23, Will Loka, as he replaces number 19, Idor Boltonson.
Lolka's third appearance of the year, all off the bench. The junior from New York. Miller. That's a good delivery to the back post. Kuhn heads it across. The Catamounts get one back. Oh, it's game on now. Look at UVM ready to restart. Philip Kuhn, the big boy. Oh, it's a one-goal game again. Andrew Miller, a dart to the back post. And Kuhn elevates and celebrates. Oh, it is so like the Catamounts. Seemingly never out of it. They claw their way back in it again. Oh, it's a great ball for Miller, isn't it? Just a delightful lob to the back posts. Oh, and there's life again at Virtue Fields. What a win from Fenton. And he's won the free kick. It's a free kick. They say Zelafro undercut Fenton. Magnon puts it in play for Blake. Back to the captain, Magnon. Rabana at the back post wins it. Kissel is fouled. Oponga Wusu there. And the Catamounts are trying to substitute. I'm not sure if Alexi Uno knew that. It's Marcel Papp for Thaddeus LaCorey. Well, Marcel Papp has a bit of magic to him. Iuglis. Kissel does well to shield it, and Maxi Kissel's turned his way around the defense. Kissel cuts it back. It's deflected. Still rolling and still in play, actually. It's going to be a throw into the Catamounts. Oh, Kissel, just a bit of a spark once more. Plenty of time in this one still. What an enjoyable match it's been tonight in Burlington. The Catamounts will leave this for a big throw for Robana. Omar Robana to give it a heave. in the direction of Douglas and Kuhn. Robana comes flying in off the bench. Kissel's over there. It's loose in the penalty area before eventually Magnon hacks it away. Thompson couldn't do much with it. Lockerman tracks it down. Chaotic midfield duel here. Eventually it's pounded towards Herseg. Lobis launches it towards Pap. Played into the midfield. Miller snaps it up to Thompson. And Lockerman. Miller. Zelafro now. Guides it through. Lobis on the lunge. Just couldn't Velcro it in. Still over 10 minutes remaining now as the Catamounts have gotten one back. The brace for Ador Baltinson, giving Dartmouth a 2-goal edge. TJ Jeffries, the spotlight on him in his first career appearance. Miller in a tight area. Keeps it moving to Robana. Miller's springing forward. Played along to Pap, who's got fresh legs. Kissel couldn't keep it. Now here's Magnon. Trying to send Lulka in behind. He hasn't had much of an impact since coming in. Again, Robana looking to launch Kuhn on the run. Lockerman, again, just force-feeding the two Catamount Germans up top. Hooked away this time from Kissel. Lobis draws the foul. Into the final 10 minutes we go. Get your popcorn out, folks. We're in for a rocking finish. The Catamounts look to extend a 15-game unbeaten streak. 16 in a row at home. This time it's wedged forward by Pap. Owusu flicks it along, and it's punched away from Jeffries. Robana will take the long throwing, wasting no time. And this time it's flicked on, and Jeffries is able to claim it. A save since entering for TJ Jeffries, came on for Konstantinos Delis, who left at halftime. Fenton heads it down. Miras urged to get up by the referee. Miller. Same strategy for the Catamounts. They're targeting their two strikers. Off of Kissel for a Dartmouth throw. It is again the Big Green on their heels. They've stolen a couple of second half goals. Zelafro finds Kissel. Lobis. Thompson spurs it along. Lockerman waiting. Marcel Patno inside the penalty area on the cutback. It's loose and clear. Robana now. Wide to Lockerman. Lobis intercepted from Pap. Kuhn takes a hack. Wilson the big clearance. Herseg the only man there waiting. And again, Lobis slides it through for Pap. Wants that inside cut on his right foot. It deflects to Lobis. And Lobis has slid it back. Driven across. It's Miller! He can't believe it. He's blazed it over the crossbar. On his weaker foot, Andrew Miller, but nearly smashed it Lockerman down the line on his weaker foot, cut back from Pap. And Miller called off Kissel and couldn't connect.
Big green as well. Number 13, Benny Walla Mullis. As he replaces number 30, Ben Bilden.
First year Benny Rolla Mullis from Ann Arbor, Michigan has entered for Dartmouth. They've also got first year Noah Sams out there. Whistle goes the Catamount way. Looks like Dartmouth even pivoting to a back three now, or a back five, you might say. Kissel, the turn, the speed. Kissel to the end line, wins the corner. Well, Kissel is having his way with that back line right now. Iuglis and Robana will join in on this party. Nervy moments now for Dartmouth. The Catamounts smelling blood in the water. Lockerman ready. An in-swinger, powerful header away at the near posts. First time redelivery by Lockerman. And again it's headed away, this time by Magnon. Zelafro, Miller, Kissel. Fenton's with him, but it's Kissel again with the drop of the shoulder, and he's won another corner. Kissel is cooking. The Catamounts trailed by a couple. It has been a high-scoring showdown. Once again, Lockerman. They're loaded up at the back post for their captain. Big moment here for Jeffries in net. And Lockerman does drive this one deep, and it's a big header away. And the Big Green have defended these corners well. First corner of the game was a free header for Kissel, and he could not convert. Robana the long throw in. Out to Lockerman on the edge of the area. Miller trying to force feed Pat. Here's Lobis. His in-swinger falls in the area. Kuhn is there. And again, it's clattered away. It is an onslaught of UVM corners now. Marcel Pap's turn to deliver. They're at the near post this time. Jeffrey stays put, headed away from Afuglis. Zelafro. Kissel gets a piece. Robana's now found room. Robana to the back post. Kissel! It is tied! He's that man! Mr. Clutch! Maximilian Kissel, why not? A magisterial moment. They've clawed their way back in it again. Omar Robana. Delightful delivery. Maximilian Kissel is inevitable. Is there a winner in this match? Oh, baby. The I-89 rivalry living up to the hype. Dartmouth thought they had it won, but the Catamounts storming back. Kissel's equalizer, just the most recent in what has been a long line of highlight reel goals in his career. Now listen to this crowd. Perhaps there is still time for a winner. Of course it's Kissel. Kuhn Kuhn tries to flick it along. Look at Lobis storming forward. Wilson pushes it in. Iuglis gets a piece. That's played over the top. Here's Herseg. Oh, the big German. And he's distributed it for Pap. This is going to work for Pap. He's got Zelafro and Lobis striding ahead. Couldn't connect with Kissel. And this game is stretched now. Connor Thompson called for the foul. Clock continues to run, and now it's stopped right at just under 87. Herseg wants it and claims it. And the big German unloads. The crowd loves the distribution. Kuhn takes a heavy touch. There's Thompson. And he sends Zelafro into space. Numbers in the middle. Zelafro drives it in. Away at the near post. Well defended by Uno. And Zelafro feeds Miller. Still there is time in this marathon of a match. And Zelafro unable to hook that one on the drop from Thompson. Just over 2 minutes remaining now. The most recent cardiac cat-em-out type of moments. They've come back to tie it, and as of now, still unbeaten. Iuglis. Too much for Zelafro. But it's a free kick. Opong Owusu felt the shove, no whistle. Kissel dancing. Maxi Kissel racing inside the area, thought about a strike, and the clearance only as far as Thompson. Lobis. Iuglis has stayed forward now. Lockerman takes a crack. Big deflection. Robano will have the throw. And an injury on the play with just over 90 seconds remaining. It is the midfielder Rafael Opong Owusu down on the deck. The referees come to check on him. Long throw from Obar. Robano will wait. Noah Sams takes the pitch for Bo Oshani in the big green.
Entering for Dartmouth, number 14, Noah Sands, replacing number 20, Rafael Opong Owusu.
Numbers forward for the Catamouts. Robana to hurl it in. Lockerman goes to ground and urged to his feet. Appeals for the penalty from the Catamount bench. Apparently unwarranted. Headed out as far as Miller. Thumps it back into the attacking end. A game of ping pong for the moment. Again, there's Miller into the midfield. Lobis goes sliding in, and he's won a free kick. Just over a minute remaining. Zelafro's ready to take this one. Just into the 90th minute we go. The Catamounts have scored 3 times in the last 15. Nearing the final chance, perhaps, of this match. Zelafro. And a foul is called as Kissel's in a wrestling match. Jeffries away once more. Miller the header. Along by Pap. And another foul on Dartmouth. 15 seconds remaining for UVM. Pap knows he needs to hurry. Clips it along. Robana heads it into the area. And out of the mixer it goes. A furious count-out comeback brings them level. 3-3 the final. What a match it was. Kuhn and Kissel, the late goals to bring UVM back to draw. And what a night it is, though, for the Dartmouth Big Green. They felt they had the match won. But the relentless cat-and-out offense brings them back. Early highlight reel goals. Trenton Blake and Nick Lockerman. Beauties inside the first half. A brace in the second for Ador Baltinson. But then it was the Catamounts. Seemingly pinned, flat on their back, but they were able to escape with the draw.